Hey guys, it's Brian from Eline Media again. In our last video, we talked about the judging process, how we actually take all the entries we receive and narrow them down to our national winners in the STEM Challenge. Today, I want to talk a little bit about the criteria we use when we evaluate your games. Hopefully, this will give you a sense of what you can do to make a game that would have a chance to do really well in the challenge. As I mentioned last time, when your game is being evaluated, the screeners and judges are considering only the three judging criteria described in the challenge's rules: engaging gameplay, innovative creative vision, and well-balanced gameplay. So what do these actually mean? Well, engaging gameplay is all about pulling the player in and keeping her interested. Because games are interactive, the first thing to make sure of is that what the player does in your game is actually really fun. If you've been to one of the STEM Challenge workshops that we do, you've probably heard us talk about game mechanics a lot. A game's core mechanic is the main thing a player does in the game. It's something you would describe with an active word like running, jumping, blasting, or solving a puzzle. A solid core mechanic is essential to making an engaging game, so make sure that you've chosen one that you know exactly what it is and that it's fun for your game. Beyond the core mechanic, many games that have won the challenge in the past have other elements that really draw the player in and hold their attention. This might be something like a clever plot twist, or larger-than-life characters, or funny dialogue. Engaging games do a good job of giving the player meaningful choice. Rather than just have every player follow the same exact path every time they play the game, good games give players options about what to do, how to move through a level, how to solve puzzles, the choices their character makes in the story, things like that. This can be hard to do, but it's something the best STEM Challenge games do well. The second criterion we look at is innovative creative vision. Not only are great games fun, but they also express something unique and interesting. This is your chance to showcase the amazing characters and the setting and the story you've come up with for your game. Just make sure these are things that we haven't seen 1,000 times before, like rescuing the princess, or fighting the invading army, or discovering that you're the long-lost son of the legendary king. You've probably heard the word theme used to describe what a movie or book is about. Great games have themes too. They're about something, and all the elements of the game, the mechanics, the characters, the graphics, the story, they work together to support this theme. Really creative STEM Challenge games are no exception. The last criterion is well-balanced gameplay. We play games because it's fun to be challenged, and a well-balanced game is one that is genuinely fun and challenging for its audience. It's not so difficult that the game is unfair and frustrating, but it's also not so easy that it's boring. Because it's hard to get the balance of a game right the first time you try, professional game designers constantly test their games with players, observe the results, and make changes. If you haven't spent time doing this, which designers call playtesting and iterating, you definitely should before you submit. A game can be well balanced and still give players a real challenge. In fact, great games often are easy to learn but hard to master. This means that it's not hard to pick up what you have to do to play, but getting really good at the game is challenging but still fun. Games like this often have what designers call progressive difficulty. They start easy and get harder smoothly as the game goes on. If your game starts off really hard, or it starts off easy and then gets really, really hard all of a sudden, or the difficulty is all over the place, that means you probably need to go back and work on the balance. These three criteria are the only things we consider when judging your games. Things like how beautiful or ugly your game is, or how impressive it is or isn't technically, do count, but only in the ways that affect the three criteria. And if you choose to include STEM themes in your game, which you don't have to do, but you absolutely can if you want, you don't get bonus points just for doing that. Doing a good job working in STEM content would probably make your game more innovative and engaging, but doing it poorly won't earn you any extra credit. Which brings us to maybe the most important point. The three criteria are about making a game that is really fun, and that should be your number one goal. So good luck, and make sure to check out www.stemchallenge.org for more information about the submission process, official rules, and tips on tools and resources you can use to make your games.